David Irving. I'm here for a multiplicity of reasons, but most of it has to do with what I see in this society as a lack of compassion, a willingness to compromise one's spirituality and values in order to make a living, which feeds the corporate greed that I see all around our society. I see a disparity between those who are wealthy and the rest of the people who are just as gifted and capable and have much to offer and are working hard or can't find jobs because of the way society has been structured, because the democratic ideals have been appropriated by corporate avarice and production and greed.
What are your main concerns about what's going on economically in the United States?
My main concern is that we no longer practice real capitalism, that we have an oligarchic structure that excludes the majority of our citizens, that disregards the welfare of children, that disregards families for the sake of growth in wealth. Because our society's values have always been to acquire more wealth, more things, more materials, more stuff. And I see all around me an economy that's 78% driven by consumerism. And that is not sustainable, because we are taught as Christians, and mostly I know Jews and Muslims are taught the same thing, that we are not about possession. We are about stewardship. We're not home. We have a stewardship, a temporary stewardship of all that's around us. And we have totally disregarded that for personal gain, for individual gain, at the expense of all those around us. And I see the environment being destroyed. I see our food source being compromised and appropriated by Monsanto and other large industrial agricultural entities. And I cannot, for instance, buy raw milk if I want to, because corporations have such an interest in pigeonholing and cornering the market on milk, for instance. So there are several different problems I see. A lot of them. They're all the same thing.
Are the special economic interests, you think they're listening to the people now?
I'm sorry? No. They're not concerned about the people. Our government's not concerned about people, but about its own citizens. We are the wealthiest country in the world by far. There's no excuse in this country for having a poor educational system, for having homeless people out here in a park being homeless, for having people who otherwise have been responsible citizens be foreclosed on their houses because the banks will not work with them when they're unemployed by the companies that have taken advantage of their workers, that pay their corporate executives enormous sums of money to drive companies in the ground, to rob people of their retirement and health care, to put people on the street who have children. Okay? This makes me very angry. I guess it's obvious. It makes me very angry. It makes me very angry that the social economic structure does not care one bit about its children. That is a huge, huge sign to me that everything in this society is turned on its head. And that we have got to now, if we can change it, then we've got to stand up against it and say, that is intolerable, it's wrong, it's evil by any religious, humanistic, or any other standard, and we need to do something to change it. And if we have to stand here and risk our necks doing it, then damn it, we got to do it.
What type of community support are you getting from Richmond?
From Richmond?
Yes.
We're getting support under the radar screen. We've gotten some, I think that the city has been as supportive as they diplomatically can be. They have not come out and said, well, they've allowed us to occupy this park, okay? The police have been very, I think, diplomatic and try to, while not supporting us necessarily overtly, they have at least tried to be reasonable and responsible police. I haven't seen or heard of, I haven't been here every day, but I have not heard of any police violations of our rights. On the other hand, having said that, Dwight Jones on Friday made an executive decision to violate the First Amendment, which states that we have the right to peaceable assembly. It does not say after dark, it does not say at certain places, it says citizens of our country, all of us, have a right to peaceable assembly. It states that. So the city, by tolerating this at least, has not overtly supporting us, at least has not completely obstructed us yet. Whether that may be, I'm surprised because Richmond's a very conservative, arch conservative town, and has generally been, even vindictive against things like this. But I do know people that work in the city of Richmond offices, and I guarantee you they're sitting around talking about right now saying, those people are right. 99% of the people should have a share enough in this society that we earn to be able to support ourselves without having to worry about compromising our morals to do it.
What do you think of the end goal will be in Richmond?
What is that?
End goal in Richmond.
I don't have no idea. Be it known, I'm stating this overtly, I'm not speaking for the entire group, I'm just speaking for myself. So, I'm hoping that the outcome is at least, I think it's going to, for change to happen, now I've been involved in change for a long time, institutional change, and unsuccessfully, but for change to happen takes a long time. It's not going to happen here. It's not going to happen forever. It's not going to happen quickly. But if the outcome I hope to see is at least we stand and draw attention, and what I like to say is we shine the light for everybody to see it and realize they can be empowered. If we reach people and make them feel more empowered and make them feel like they're part of this, and we're along a part with them, that we're not all a bunch of hippies, and that we are responsible citizens too. Look at me. I'm a white collar as anybody else. As white collar as anyone else. CPA, years of experience in Fortune 50 companies. If people realize that this is not a movement solely dedicated, started or run by the young people, which I have no problems with, but most of us in the movement now are baby boomers and older. If they realize that and they begin to feel empowered, then I think the change will come from people who are not here. And I hope that change is going to be a total structural earthquake in our spirituality, in our community, in our social and political discourse.
Thank you, Dave.